Introducing me, I'm a mechanical engineer and the founder of Symphony Tech. I started Symphony Tech 36 years ago, and since then we have been working in the areas of quality, reliability, and design. These are the focus areas we work in, and today's session is going to be focused on affordable quality at a superior, affordable cost and superior quality. Right. So let me share my screen. So let me set the context of what we are talking about. The two softwares that Symphony Technologies has been offering, Process Capability Workbench and Pro MSA, are the core softwares for practice of quality. These help you in confirming to all the initial quality requirements of PPAP, and MSA is an integral part of it. Yeah, so in PPAP, you have to do initial process capability studies, you have to do measurement systems analysis, and down the line, then you also need to do statistical process control, and Pro MSA and measurement systems analysis also needs to be done as you go along, as you introduce new processes, as you introduce new tolerances, as new parts come in, and so forth. So what we have done now, these tools have been traditionally used. We have customers in more than 30 countries in the world. And traditionally, these tools have been used, these softwares have been used on local computers, on computers which are on your premise, in your factory, in your gauge rooms, and people have been using the softwares in an isolated manner. This had brought about some amount of rigidness in the practice because the softwares were locked to your computers. The softwares could be accessed only from the computer they were installed in. So with the changing scenario of technology, with the changing face of technology, we decided that we would try to overcome this barrier, make the softwares easily accessible, widely accessible, and make them more affordable. Right. So let's look at how we have done it. What we have done is we have integrated these two softwares, which are commonly used together, in a common quality core pack. So I'll give you a mind map of how I'm going to go about it. I'm going to first describe how we are going to go about the cloud implementation of software. So first I will talk about cloud, and the benefits of cloud. Second, I will talk about the technology, not software technology, but the technology of MSA and the process capability evaluation. And third, I will talk about the benefits and the cost benefits and the quality benefits that you get. Yeah, and we can then open the session for discussions. So let me first start with how we have implemented these systems on the cloud. What we have done is whatever used to be on premise, that means each one of these softwares or two or three of these softwares used to be loaded on these computers. Yeah, around the world. We have, as I told you, we have a lot of customers in our country, in India, and a lot of customers in every other part of the world. So they used to be loaded on these computers and they could be used locally here. That posed several difficulties, but then there was no other way. And the technology available at that time was only that. What we have done is we have crunched these two softwares into a common quality core pack. And this quality core pack, we have taken it to the cloud. We have a private cloud of AWS, Amazon Web Services. And as you are aware, this cloud of Amazon Web Services is very secured, it's very effective, and it's very easily accessible. So we have taken these, just a moment, we have taken the softwares to the cloud. And while the softwares reside on the cloud, you can access them from multiple locations. You can sit in your factory and access the software and then use it as though you're using it on your own computer. How do you use it? Let me elaborate. Right? And then the cloud computer comes to your screen. It's no longer a computer in the cloud. You can use it like you would use the software on your computer. So it works like this. Your license goes where you go, is what I'm saying. Yeah. So the Symphony Tech Quality Core Pack is hosted on the AWS cloud, and from several locations in the world, You can use a remote desktop connection, which is a part of every Windows installation. And if you have a Mac, you can use Mac remote login. You can use multiple computers and you can log into your cloud license. Now, the cloud license is no longer locked to your computer. It is somewhere on your cloud computer. That's your computer. That's your private cloud space. And you can access it from anywhere. Your license goes wherever you go. So let me very quickly step aside and show you how I log on to the remote desktop connection. So this remote desktop connection is what I'm going to illustrate very quickly. And I'm going to log on to our private cloud by logging onto the remote desktop connection. So here it is. This is a demonstration of how it works. I will open this icon. This remote desktop connection is a part of every Windows application. There is a similar device on Mac as well. So you can use the software now on Mac also. So I open remote desktop connection. It asks me for the computer. I give the cloud computer address. I give the username and I simply say connect. I give the password and there we go. It is connected to the cloud computer. And what you see in front of you is the screen that's on the cloud. This is not on my computer. This is on the cloud. And you can see, among other softwares, the Pro MSA software and the process capability workbench software installed there. Now I can use it as though I'm using it on my computer. So today I am sitting in Lucknow. I can use it from Lucknow. Tomorrow I travel to Pune. I can use it from Pune. I am in my gauge room. I can use it from the gauge room. I go to the shop floor. I can use it from the shop floor. Yeah, so there is no real constraint of where you are sitting. What are the capabilities of your computer? All you need is an internet connection. So this gives a tremendous flexibility of access of your licenses. Your licenses are no longer locked to a single computer. Yeah, there I'm back. So now I will disconnect the cloud computer and tell you about the software itself. So this is how easily I can access the software license, which means you can log in from anywhere, which means the number of simultaneous logins are based on your web access licenses. We by default give you one license. If you want more licenses, you can ask us, we can give you more licenses, and you can access your private cloud space through the remote desktop login. So this is how we have taken softwares to the cloud and made access more flexible. I will come back to this later, but let me tell you about the softwares themselves. The softwares are very popular. The first license of the Pro MSA software that we had sold was sold way back in 1995. So it's now been kitna, 30 years almost that we have been giving these softwares to the industry. They have been continuously giving benefits. Now, what are these softwares based on? These are the common things that you need to do to satisfy your customer and to satisfy your quality requirements, and these are based on standards. The Pro MSA standard or software is based on the measurement systems analysis standard by AIIG. The uh, process capability workbench software is based on the PPAP manual, and naturally, we have implemented everything that the manual asks you for, which means in Pro MSA software, we have implemented variable studies, namely bias, linearity, repeatability and reproducibility. We have implemented three variants. We have implemented the older range and average, the preferred ANOVA, and this nested ANOVA is for destructive tests. Yeah, this is not given in the manual in details, but we have done our own research and we have come up with nested ANOVA wherever you have non-replicable studies and you need to do R&R on tests that destroy the sample. So these are the things we have done. We have done the stability test also. And in attribute studies, we have done crosstab method, kappa parameter, signal detection method, and gauge performance curve. In addition to this, you have your own database where you store your gauge information and study information securely. You have printable and exportable reports. You can make a PDF of your report and email it to your customer. And we have study schedules as to if it needs to be done on a periodic basis, you can set up the study schedules and the study schedules will prompt you to conduct all these studies. So Pro MSA software is a complete implementation of everything the MSA manual is going to ask you for. Similarly, in process capability workbench, we have CP and CPK, PP and PPK, parts per million. The manual asks you to look at one-sided tolerances. It asks you to look at GD&T tolerances, and you are well aware that GD&T tolerances all are one-sided. They only have the upper limit. So it needs to be given a special consideration, a special treatment, and the process capability workbench gives it the special treatment. I will show you the softwares as well. We conduct the normality test. The manual recommends non-normal data analysis. We have three methods that the manual recommends: Box-Cox transform, the three Johnson transforms, SB, SU, and SL, and the Pearson curves. We have control charts to establish stability. So again, everything that the manual has asked for is right here in these softwares. So there is nothing wanting, nothing lacking. We have made the softwares complete and have been working for the past 30 years. So they're well established in the market, they're error-free, and they have the correct data integrity. Yeah. So we have done these, and we have secured data storage again on AWS cloud and printable and exportable reports. So these are the softwares. So let me step back and actually show you the softwares. So here are the softwares. This is the Pro MSA software. As you can see, there are the MSA studies, which are bias, linearity, stability, and the three variants of RNR. And the attribute MSA studies, you can have crosstab, you can have signal detection, and you can have analytics study as well. So these are the studies. I will show you the most popular among them, which is the cross ANOVA, and it's a complete study. Let's say I will take my sample instrument, open my screen, and here is some test data. I have three appraisers, three trials, yeah, and 10 parts. All I need to do is fill my data, give the details, and click the calculate button. Our softwares are user-friendly. Our softwares are easy to operate, and they give you results and traffic signals. So the analyst doesn't really have to think a lot. A detailed analysis is available in terms of control charts, in terms of the charts, the contribution charts, and the detailed ANOVA results are given here. These are all based on standard implementations. Yeah, I can take reports in standard formats and print these reports, export these reports, send them to my customers. So I can save the reports in so many formats. I can save them as PDF, as Excel, and in any other way. So the softwares are complete. They are accessible from anywhere. I will show you now the process capability workbench software as well. Yeah, the process capability workbench software is here, and you can see I have multiple characteristics. I have size tolerance in which I have upper and lower spec limits, and I have these data points entered here. This is as simple as it can get. All I need to say is select which dimension I want to compute, and it gives me a detailed result of everything. It gives me the results of process capability, CP, CPK, PP, PPK, parts per million, normality test, the Anderson-Darling test, and everything that you need. You have control charts to establish stability, and all this can be printed in reports like in MSA. There are other characteristics. For example, this flatness is a GD&T characteristic, and you can see 10 microns is my target, yeah, and upper spec limit is 200 microns. So 200 microns is my upper spec limit. It is only one-sided limit. I can compute process capability of one-sided limit. It will give me only CPK upper and CPU, right? So you can see here that the data is non-normal. This normal probability plot shows that it's not a straight line. Yeah, I'm getting a little technical, but that's what we all are about. Yeah, so I'll quickly do a Box-Cox transform here. And the Box-Cox has straightened the data to normality and calculated all the metrics. So this is how, again, we have control charts to establish stability of the process, and everything that the PPAP manual has asked you to do is all here. So these softwares are compliant to standards. They are easily accessible. And the next thing I want to say is they will come at our committed price. And our promise is quality दुनिया में बेहतर, कीमत चाय से कम. So now let me demonstrate how we are going to bring down the cost to something that is smaller than your cups of chai that we have every day. Yeah, so let me show you how we have done the pricing. The software will be on the AWS cloud, both process capability workbench as well as Pro MSA, and you can access it from your factory. Process capability will come at lesser than a chai. Pro MSA will come lesser than chai. Yeah, so your morning and evening chai is, let's say, 15 rupees each. That makes your daily cost of the chai that I'm weighing against the software at rupees 60. Does that translate to 1800 rupees a month? Yes, it does. And per year, we are going to spend 21,600. My promise is quality core pack should come to you chai se kam. And this is what we have done. So we have priced the quality core pack license at 21,000. GST we need to pay the government, and we will be charging that. So now in these 21,000, what do you get? You get a license of quality core pack, that means two softwares on the cloud. You can access it from anywhere. And remember, there are no hidden costs now. You need to pay nothing else. You need to do nothing else. Yeah, there are no hidden costs. You do not need to download any software. Yeah, when you subscribe for the license, we will be giving you a login and password to the cloud, and you can start using it from the next minute. You do not need to install any software on any computer in your factory. You do not need IT support. We are your IT. You do not need to backup data. There is a secured AWS storage, and we are aware that AWS data doesn't get lost. All backups, all redundancy, everything is built on your cloud. And the cloud is private, it is yours. You do not need to spend on hard disk crash recovery. Yeah, I get requests often that the hard disk has crashed, please reactivate my license. Nothing of that sort needs to happen because hard disks will not crash. The cloud is always there. They are there on the cloud, and the recovery is in less than 2 milliseconds, even if something happens. You do not need to do computer maintenance. Yeah, your computer is on the cloud and we maintain it. We upgrade the software often because the standards are going to change. Once the standard changes, our software automatically gets updated. And we have done this when we wrote Pro MSA software, it was MSA standard, MSA edition, first edition. From there up to the fourth edition, we have done all that the MSA manual has asked us and kept our customers updated. It's a floating license used from anywhere in the world. Wherever you go, your license goes. Yeah, your data is safe, secured, and your workspace is your private workspace on the cloud. All you need is an internet connection. So at chai se kam price, 21,000 plus GST and an internet connection, the softwares are yours. You can start rolling within 2 minutes of your license. Right? So this is my presentation for the cloud. And I reiterate, quality दुनिया में बेहतर, कीमत चाय से कम.